Hello everyone, I'm Sally Mapstone, Principal of the University, and I'm delighted to congratulate the nominees and recipients of the Teaching Excellence Awards for 2021. Now in their 9th year, the Teaching Excellence Awards celebrate staff who, within our research-intensive context, put teaching at the heart of their professional practice, inspire their colleagues, and enable their students to meet their fullest potential. Each of you, our nominees, has been recognised as going above and beyond to support your students. And whether you realise it or not, the first-rate teaching you have delivered in the past year will inspire your students throughout their lives. We can all recall a teacher or mentor who had a transformative effect on how we think, read or work. These people open new ways of seeing and change one's understanding of a subject. Or perhaps they provide the extra support and encouragement needed to gain self-belief and to excel. Great teachers have an influence which is endless, and that is a gift you have given to our students. These efforts are even more impressive in the context of the past year, when the pandemic necessitated innovation, invention, and prompt and significant adaptations to long-established teaching methods. And whilst you spent additional hours caring for students, rescheduling classes and adapting teaching programmes, many of you have also contended with increased personal concerns and caring responsibilities. The commitment you have shown to our students and to your profession has been exemplary, and I am utterly thankful for your efforts and those of all our colleagues at the university. So congratulations to each of you and to the award winners in particular, and my wholehearted thanks for the immense value you bring to our university community.
Actually, well, this is the best news I've had all day and everything. You were nominated for a Teaching Excellence Award and you won.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
The reason I'm calling is to let you know that you have been awarded a teaching award.
Oh, cool. Oh, wow, that's amazing. I really didn't think I'd get that.
Which is
That
fantastic.
Amazing news. Thank you so much.
Yeah, so well done, well done.
Thank you. Oh, wow, I was really chuffed just to be nominated, so thank you for putting me forward.
So Nicole, you've won one of the Teaching Excellence Awards this year. How do you feel about that?
Absolutely wonderful and a little bit shocked and speechless, but it's so fantastic to be nominated, and thank you for your efforts there. And in a year where everyone has experienced such challenging teaching conditions, it really means a lot to me.
Congrats, Stefan, on being awarded one of the Teaching Excellence Awards. It's a fantastic achievement.
Oh, it's fantastic. I'm really excited. I think it's a great honor, and as far as I'm concerned, it's one of the highest honors you could get, especially given how many members of staff go above and beyond when it comes to teaching. Definitely in our school, lots of people go above and beyond.
You've been awarded one of the University Teaching Awards for this year, so the warmest and sincerest congratulations from me as head of school and on behalf of all the colleagues in the School of Maths and Statistics. It's great to see that you've achieved this, and it's a thoroughly well-deserved award, so we're all very pleased for you.
I feel very proud to have done this, and
Great.
To have all the efforts that we've made over the past year to be recognised in some form has been very satisfying.
I'm surprised, pleased, excited. I'm thankful for my students. You never teach in a vacuum.
So how have you found teaching over the past year?
COVID has been disruptive and challenging, but I guess sometimes disruptions can be really positive, and they can be sources of new ideas and innovations. And it's definitely made me rethink the way I do teaching, and I think it kind of makes me rethink the ways that we can engage with students.
Yeah.
How have you found the teaching overall in the last year?
A little exhausting, a lot of effort, but also really rewarding, because it's like solving a puzzle, trying to figure out how to engage the students. And then when it works, it feels so good. So I think that I've connected on students on a different level than I would have, just seeing them pass in and out of a lecture hall. which has been really nice.
How have you and your students found learning and teaching over the past year?
I think after some initial difficulties, we did really well, actually, and I have found students to be incredibly motivated this year and willing to engage with lots of different technologies. And that's been really helpful for me, actually, because my research looks at digital museum objects, and teaching on the Museum and Gallery Studies course, we can think about these objects at the same time as we're learning about them and how we interact with them. So I've found this kind of meta experience of teaching to be really helpful and useful, both for my research and for engaging with students.
The feedback that I've gotten for the online teaching that I and the School of Maths have done has been really quite positive. So students appreciate that we are in a difficult situation, both them as learners and us as educators. And I think what we've done this year is make the best of it. They seem to enjoy having all the lectures there recorded as well, so they can go back to things and revisit topics. And in terms of tutorials, they definitely appreciated the live sessions when we had them, even with severe restrictions as they had. I think they've appreciated the efforts that the school have made in doing this sort of thing.
One of the things I know that you've this really awesome kind of thing you've added to the master's degree that you're running is this course where the students are publishing their work, or have the chance to publish their work while they're doing the rest of their masters, which is really quite novel. Can you tell us a bit more about that and how the students sort of react and feel about it?
Yeah, it's exciting. I mean, so when we designed the MRes neuroscience program, we tried to incorporate a bunch of innovative elements to it. One of the ideas is one of the things that they do is that they can complete an assessment, and then they have a choice of whether or not to continue working on that assessment and then submit it to a journal and go through the whole process of peer review. And this is a really cool collaboration that we've created together with the Journal of Undergraduate Neuroscience Education. And the students consistently every year, they really get into it. It's really exciting. And I think it's really made me rethink that, you know, there's more to life and there's more to degrees than just marks and assessment. And you can create these really cool opportunities that aren't based particularly on getting a mark, but can be really, really beneficial for the students. I think they really like it.
The simulations and the activities that I gave them to do allowed them to do more than just sit and watch a lecture. And I think they enjoyed being able to kind of play a video game and search out some mysteries online and things. So I think they really enjoyed it.
The other thing that was very much highlighted was that you actually did Q&A sessions where you had staff talk about their career paths and everything. So I'm guessing I know the answer to this. You know, how did the students actually react to these sessions?
So well. It was so good. You know, sometimes Q&A sessions can be really painful because you're just, come on, please, somebody ask a question.
Put your camera on, please.
Yeah. And it was like that. And so then, you know, I started to get the lecturers to talk about their career paths and their research. And once they started doing that, we couldn't stop the questions. It was amazing. It turned into this amazing conversation. It was so fun, I think, for all of us. It was so good. I plan to continue this when we're back in person. I'm going to drag several lecturers in with me, and we're just going to have a round table and just let the students fire questions at us and do that kind of thing, because it went over so well. And I think it's an opportunity for students to ask the questions they really want to ask, but have no opportunity to ask. So I'm excited about being in person.
Are there some particular examples of digital technologies that you've used in your teaching recently?
This year I was actually able to build a Padlet with the students to think about how we connect with digital museum objects and to host a class discussion around that, which was very good. The students really participated well in that. And a couple of years ago, I was able to curate an exhibition with the students and supervise them through a 3D digitization process to build an online exhibition and then to 3D print those objects and to put them in the Bell Pettigrew Museum as an artistic intervention. And I feel that that experience from a couple of years ago has really helped me this year to think about moving our practically focused teaching into a virtual environment?
I think one of the benefits that I've noticed, I found particularly for honours students and postgrads, is the benefit of being able to listen to scholars from around the world. That's something that we haven't benefited from in Greek, but it is something that I think is something to kind of take forward. With that element of people being able to use video conferencing technology to join us. There is perhaps a benefit to students being able to gather around one text, which you can kind of do on a screen. So in terms of teaching Greek online, actually gathering around one text, which I share on my screen, and so like people being able to kind of draw on that, highlight things, things like that.
In the lecture notes, everything you can click by getting around. There's margin notes so that students can see concepts clearly, and dangerous boxes to prevent mistakes. And also there's like things like an index, and drew a lot of pictures as well, which is always very helpful for students. But also the lecture notes are one thing, but it's also the problems as well. So the problems needed to be there needed to be a little bit more of them, because students are independently learning, and I feel that's the best way of doing it. Our tutorial was half of them replaced by examples classes, so they needed an opportunity for feedback as well. And I collected all the tutorials into chapters relating to the lecture notes, so that all the topics were there, and it's so making sure everything was organized was the main thing. And then so I also co-developed with a postgraduate student who we had over the summer these electronically assessed Mobius assessments. The computer marked it.
Yep.
And we were able to implement questions which changed based on per student. So for instance, it might be differentiate x squared in one case, or differentiate x to the 4 in another case, and it varies from student to student. So, and that was a novel thing to have done in this module, and also helped to reinforce their understanding of the course as well.
What's next for you in the teaching realm? Have you got some more things you're developing, working on?
Yeah, I'm really excited about the Teaching Propulsion Lab. And this is a virtual lab that we created with some initial funding from the McCall-McBain Foundation and the St. Andrews Learning and Teaching Initiative. And the idea behind it is that we, together with the master's students, we can actually get together and build devices that enable new types of teaching and then launch them into teaching space. We just completed our first project, which is to develop inexpensive fluorescence imaging systems for teaching labs, and just published a paper on that. And we're excited to kind of think of new ideas and new challenges that we can take on.
My name is Amy Gallagher, the Director of Education at the Student Association, and this year marks the 12th iteration of the Student Association-led Teaching Awards. This year, a fantastic 592 nominations were submitted by students. Each of these a testament to the fantastic contributions staff have made to learning and teaching at St Andrews, especially in this most challenging year when the global crisis has kept us apart. Even though we can't be together, we can still celebrate their achievements. And on behalf of the Students' Association and the whole student body, I want to thank all those nominated for their hard work, commitment and enthusiasm above and beyond the call of duty to support students through this especially difficult time. It is with great pleasure that I announce the winners of the 2020-2021 Teaching Awards. In the category of Outstanding Teacher for Arts and Divinity, the winner is Dr. Svetlana Booth. Students who nominated Dr. Booth said that she goes above and beyond in the dedication that she gives to each one of her students, and that she fosters a genuine excitement to visit Russia and a fascination with Russian culture. Another student said that in the lecture space, every student feels their contribution is worthwhile, valid and interesting, and that Dr. Booth responds enthusiastically and willingly extends her help. Students also detailed the impact the summer school Dr. Booth organised for students who had missed out on the year abroad had on their immersive language experience, detailing how it boosted their confidence. A success which she continued throughout the semester as she provided students with an opportunity for constructive feedback as they practiced Russian every week. Thank you for all that you've done, and congratulations.
The winner of the Innovative Teaching Award is Dr. Lucy Wisher, and to say a bit more about why they were nominated, here's the third year student, Jack.
I nominated Dr. Wishart for this award because there are lots of things we did in that online class that we wouldn't have been able to do in person. It was clear that Dr. Wishart had sat and thought through how to make the most of the online learning environment so as to enhance the student experience on the module. I think it really came across in how engaging and fun the class was and how inclusive it was of different learning styles. I'm very glad that you're being recognised for your hard work on the module, Dr. Wishart, and congratulations.
In the category of Outstanding Teacher for Evening Degree, the winner is Dr. Karen Lane. To say a little bit more about why they were nominated, here's Amanda Howley.
Karen provided us with such an engaging course and facilitated great conversations that we had to adapt and participate online. If ever I had to email questions, Karen responded quickly and really supported any challenges I had with my online learning. She really embraced the technology, and not only did I learn a lot about anthropology, I learned a lot about teams too. Thank you, Karen.
In the category of Dissertation or Project Supervisor, the winner is Dr. Sarah Easterby-Smith. Students that nominated Dr. Easterby-Smith commented on her fantastic professional and pastoral support throughout the PhD process. They commented on the informative feedback that she gives, and have described her advice as priceless, making students question things they never would have previously considered. As well as providing constructive feedback, students have described Dr. Easterby-Smith as never missing an opportunity to offer a word of encouragement or to recognise success. One of the students that nominated Dr. Easterby-Smith said that she epitomises a distinctive blend of academic excellence, professionalism, and approachable leadership, and described the way she goes above and beyond to facilitate meetings to help her newer students fit into the academic scene, develop connections, and access another layer of valuable experience, feedback, and encouragement through their network of colleagues. Thank you, and congratulations on your award.
The winner of the Academic Mentorship Award is Dr. Alexander Voss, and to say a bit more about why they were nominated, here's PhD student Abda.
Hi, I'm recording this video for Alexander Voss nomination. The reason why I'm recording this video is to say that for me, Alex is not only a staff member. When I couldn't see my family due to complicated visa situation, he was there for me as a family member, as a friend. He offered his full support, literally full support, and I will be forever grateful. Unfortunately, he is leaving the university. Even though he's leaving the university, he is going to keep our weekly meetings so that my PhD is not affected. So I would add this to the long list of reasons why I nominated Alexander Voss. I wish him all the best. He is a true human being. Thank you.
The winner of the Postgraduate Student Who Tutors Award is Elizabeth Warren, who is commended for the following reasons. Students that nominated Elizabeth Warren describe her consistently as going above and beyond. One described her as the best and most supportive tutor I've ever had. Throughout what was an exceptionally difficult module taken during an exceptionally difficult year, she's been unwavering in her patience, willingness to help explain concepts, and provision of feedback and support. On top of what's described as her fantastic teaching ability, students commented on Elizabeth's approachability, saying that she's dedicated to humility and compassion, especially when we don't know something. The students in her class described her as invaluable and have said they could not ask for a better tutor. So thank you, Elizabeth, for your dedication to your students, and congratulations on this award.
In the category of Commitment by a Member of Professional Service Staff, the winner is Joanna Fry. Students nominated Joanna Fry for her commitment to and passion for the Widening Access Programme and her relentless support for its cohort. They describe her as going above and beyond to help students who come to university through non-traditional routes, and that she is always there to turn to for advice. On top of this, one student said that she empowers us to change the perceptions and experiences at St Andrews and creates opportunities for us to feel truly part of the community, as well as encourage students from similar backgrounds to come to St Andrews. Joanna is described by students as a huge comfort and a safety net, with one saying, "She makes St Andrews feel accessible to non-traditional students and makes me feel like I deserve to be here." Thank you for your commitment, Joanna, and as one student said, you are a true asset to the university. Congratulations on your award.
The winner of the Outstanding Teacher for Science and Medicine Award is Dr. Neil Keddy, who was commended for the following reasons. Students who nominated Dr. Keddy said that he poured his heart and soul into making magnificent pre-recorded lecture material that's both extremely high in standard and extremely enjoyable to watch. Another student carried on this sentiment by saying that he's an excellent communicator and educator, making the School of Chemistry a better place through his hard work and perseverance during an uncertain year. Another student said that he had breathed life into the robotic system of virtual tutoring, allowing students to remember that there are people that want them to succeed and are trying their hardest to give them the best university experience, with another following on saying that he's made me want to engage fully in online learning and has given many students the motivation to continue academically thriving at a time when many students face uncertainty and anxiety around studying. Dr. Keddy is one of the greatest teachers in the School of Chemistry and this university as a whole, said one student. Thank you, Dr. Keddy, for your commitment to making this year the fullest experience it could be for your students in the School of Chemistry, and congratulations on your award.
Hello, I'm Professor Claire Peddy, the Vice Principal Education, or otherwise known as the Proctor. It gives me great pleasure to be announcing the Proctor's Award for this academic year. This is the 9th year of the award, which is a mark of the long-term collaboration between the Students' Association and the Proctor's Office. This award looks to recognise committed, consistent and valuable contributions made by students in enhancing learning and teaching at the university, particularly as class representatives or school presidents. The university is really proud of the way that all of our student academic representatives are involved in shaping our approach to education. And this year we've had to work incredibly closely in partnership to respond to the challenges of the pandemic. The competition for the Proctor's Award was particularly difficult this year, as so many students have contributed well above and beyond any reasonable expectation, and I'm especially grateful for their dedication and hard work on behalf of their fellow students. Without further ado, we'll move to announce the 2020-21 winner of the Proctor's Award. And the winner is Joe Horsnell.
Joe was awarded the Proctor's Award for his outstanding achievements as Arts and Divinity Faculty President and his dedication to enhancing learning and teaching at the University of St Andrews. The panel were particularly impressed by his responsiveness to the challenges of the pandemic and the efforts he made to ensure effective student representation by establishing the new class rep position, the online rep, and the steps that he took to support the new team of school presidents by strengthening the training delivered to reflect the likely challenges of the year ahead. Joe's work to develop the partnership between the school presidents and the Careers Centre was highlighted as it demonstrated his continued commitment to improving student support structures and the services provided to the wider student body. Finally, the panel commended the initiative that he showed in establishing the university-wide Study Buddy scheme to address isolation and loneliness by enabling students to link with another in their school for support.